It is a knowledge-based question, and it actually checks your understanding of perform qualitative risk analysis. You see, in the context of risk management, especially when we perform risk management during the planning process group, our target is to identify risk and then identify their priority. So perform qualitative risk analysis helps us to identify the priority of risk so that we can perform further analysis on it. In this context, if you look at the options, the question is asking me which of the following is not an activity of a perform qualitative risk analysis. So let's see what are activities of qualitative risk analysis. Option number A says in qualitative risk analysis, we perform identification of risk owners. So is it true that it's part of qualitative risk analysis or not? Yes, it is part of qualitative risk analysis because if you identified, let's say, 50-60 risks, it's not necessary that all the risk responses will be managed or implemented by you as a project manager. Sometimes the risk owner will be outside the organization or maybe outside your team. So it's very important to identify who will be responsible to implement the risk, who will be responsible to implement the risk responses, and this is basically to identify the risk owner. So this is the concept of this option, and it is part of perform qualitative risk analysis. That is why it is not the right option. Then option number B says subjectively assessing the probability and impact matrix. You see, subjectively means based on our expert judgment, based on intuition. We are not using any calculation, formula, simulation. So what we are saying is, okay, based on my previous experience, this risk will have 60% chance, or it will impact, X much amount in our project. So when we identify the priority of risk in perform qualitative analysis, yes, we use subjective assessments. So it is part of the perform qualitative risk analysis. That is why, yes, it is not the answer of the question. Option number C says assessment of risk data about its accuracy and reliability. You see, when we have identified the risk, our target was to have the risk and their response and their sources. That's it. We were not identifying their impact in terms of detailed analysis and is it a big risk or a small risk. So when we move from risk identification to perform qualitative risk analysis, now it's the time when we need to see the quality of a data and see how important that risk is, how urgent we need to respond it, how strategically it is aligned, how much it's impact in the overall context. So yes, this is one of the key activity that we perform during perform qualitative risk analysis. That is why it is not the answer of this question. Then option number D, it says, we identify the uncertainty or we uncover the uncertainty of risk through simulation. So here we are not doing the subjective assessment. Here we are doing the objective assessment by analyzing the risk uncertainty through simulation. And this is the job that we perform in quantitative risk analysis, not in qualitative risk analysis. Quantitative risk analysis is referred as objective assessment. So here we are talking about qualitative risk analysis, which is a subjective assessment. I hope you understand the concept and the right answer of this question. Thank you. Those who answered correctly through knowledge, congratulations. For others, I hope it helped.